but that's where it starts. It starts with a willingness to persist long after it's boring. It starts with the ability to focus.
And I don't care what anyone says, it all starts that first second. How you start your day and that decision that you make in that instant isn't as small as just getting up of bed or not.
And when you finally look around at where you are and where I'm at,
if you put as much time into working on winning as you put into thinking about losing, you'd already. When we're gonna get tired of just knowing and seeing successful people and become one of them. Time is out to sit up and just make these average decisions to make these irrelevant decisions that don't change. You don't change your family, don't change society, don't change your environment, don't change the world. It's time to make decisions that make you a land
On your end customer, long after you're exhausted. It starts with the ability to think about those people that you really want to serve when you're scared and have no idea how you're going to pull it off. But you chose to believe that you could do it. You chose to believe that. And because you chose to believe that, you were able to achieve excellence. All right, I'm going to leave you with this. This is the central mantra of my life. It doesn't matter who you are today. It really doesn't. So if you feel like you're incapable of something, maybe you are today. But just because you're incapable of something today doesn't mean that you're not capable of learning that thing. So it's not about who you are today. It's about who you want to become and the price you're willing to pay to get there.
It's a decision that can shape the rest of your fucking life. This ain't some motivational, inspirational bullshit. This is the truth. When I was younger, I dreamed that one day I'd get a job that paid me 50 grand a year. That, for a boy where I come from, was a dream come true. If you told me back then that I'd be running a 7-figure company and building a business of my own, I would have laughed in your face. It wasn't until I started to believe that I, and I alone, could shape my world, that I started achieving anything I wanted to. That little decision in the morning, if you open your eyes and get out of bed, the next decision you face that day, you're going to now be disciplined to not take the easy way out.
You could go down so many branches. So when we started, I think the only thing I really understood was human psychology. So the first phase was manufacturing, and that was sort of the everyday. And then we were in the business of giving bars away, and that was it. We just wanted people to try them, and we knew that was going to be our most powerful marketing message. So then it was about building up the infrastructure, learning how to forecast. Like, here's a problem that I never saw coming as a kid. When people tell you that you're never going to use math, if you could just punch them in the mouth, that would be awesome. Because I believed them and then found myself in math hell, where imagine that you double month over month in sales, which happen to us all the time, and you have a 6-week lead time on an ingredient. So now you have to order and factor in the amount of time that it takes for the product to get there.
People don't realize it, but that bed can basically represent your entire life. If you stay in that bed, you're literally staying in your comfort zone, which means your day will be spent in your comfort zone, and your month, your year, and before you know it, you spent your whole life in your comfort zone, never pushing yourself to new heights, never trying anything new, taking risks, moving forward. It all starts in that first second of your day, so don't take it lightly. Start building discipline. It's something I started doing and it helped me massively. It ain't easy, but it's worth it. One of the worst phrases we've ever created was, "You got to see it to believe it." It's a phrase created by cynical people with small minds that have not got any hope that things can get better. Can you imagine what the world would be like if everyone believed that this was true? We'd have no cars, no planes, no light in the dark.
You're preparing to quit. You're preparing to stop what you're doing. You prepare to clock out. You're prepared to go home. And you, in the mental mindset, could do nothing. I dare you to get prepared for the challenges of your life by getting rid of comfort. I dare you, identity. When you find that job that fitteth you, don't have a right to work that you want. And then when you get there, you take the stairs.
you realize that you have nothing left to talk smack about. And you will lose, and I will win.
One of my direct subordinates, one of my guys that worked for me, he would call me up or
pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. And finally one day he was telling me about some issue that he was having, some problem. And he said, I already know what you're going to say. And I said, well, what am I going to say? He said, you're going to say good. He said, that's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say good.
Who's been here in a situation where you feel like life isn't worth living, or we feel like a pain that just will never go away? And a lot of people write down those experiences, like Joaquin. So you begin to understand what the issue is I'm talking about here. Joaquin, if you recall, was in a situation where this man felt like there was no reason to live. He couldn't work, he couldn't do anything, his life was worthless. Why did he think that? Because he had a blueprint. And his blueprint said, I need to be an NBA basketball player, at least a professional basketball player. I need to be able to make money and have this great lifestyle, because that's what makes me worthwhile as a human being. That's what makes my family respect me. My mother, my uncles, my aunts. I'm the successful one in the family and I make the money. I support everybody. He's a good man. He didn't come just to be successful. He took care of his mother, his family. He tried to be an inspiration for people. Joaquin Hawkins is a man who was always going out on his free time. And
I dare you not to check your brain, baby. I dare you to work through your lunch. I dare you when it's hot that you work back, when it's cold you work longer. I dare you to learn something new today that you didn't know yesterday. I dare you to run past that child. I dare you to face that person. I dare you to look at it and say, look, I'm more than this right now. I can handle it. I dare you to look at your office like a mountain.
And I said, well, yeah, when things are going bad, there's going to be some good that's going to come from it. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get better. Oh, mission got canceled? Good. We can focus on another one. Didn't get funded. Didn't get the job you wanted. Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Got tapped out? Good. Got beat? Good. You learn. Unexpected problems? Good. We have the opportunity to figure out a solution. That's it. When things are going bad, don't get all bummed out. Don't get startled. Don't get frustrated.
training kids and showing them the pathway to freedom, how they could play basketball and get free like he did and get out of the inner city. So this man was not a selfish man, but he knew this is the way to be worthwhile. This is the way to be able to give to people. This is the way to take care of your family. And all of a sudden, one night, what happened? That way was taken from him. He has a stroke. And in the middle of the night, his life conditions make it impossible to be who he has to be, or he feels like he's worthless. You get it? We have an identity. We have a story of how we're supposed to be. And if life somehow gets in the way of that story, we feel pain. But if we feel we have no control, that's when we go into suffering. See, it's one thing to say my life doesn't match my blueprint, I gotta lose weight. That might stress you out. Or my life doesn't match my blueprint, I'm not in a relationship, I gotta get in one. That might...
I dare you to stop running from your addiction. I dare you to stop running from the old. You'll become a man. You know you cannot get what you want in your life. You're not being comfortable. Comfort is failing us. Many of you are denied your dream and your goal because you have a consistency versus an intensity problem. Consistency is when you do something. Intensity is how you do something.